I think a life of service has always been something that was in my heart. I want to do something important. I want to make my life matter. I've been living in America since I was 17 years old, so I was living in Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska. I had been working as a Krav Maga instructor. I actually had to move away from that because, I had moved to a different city, so I was kind of missing that camaraderie, and I was working at a bank, it was a great job, great people, but it just wasn't the same, sitting behind a desk. My heart just kind of started leaning towards, serving, and so I decided to, I think the next logical step is to serve in the military. After I got sent here to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, we were about to deploy. So I was like, what, if I'm going to deploy, I might as well try to get the citizenship right now. So in case I die as an American.
On behalf of the United States District Court for the Western District of Kentucky, it is my pleasure to welcome you today to our naturalization ceremony.
It was a really special time. The funny thing is that I really wanted to see combat. I don't know why, but my heart said, hey, you know what, you need to serve where, for me, it mattered.
American commanders are now focusing on where they believe the most difficult fight in the country will come, and that's Kandahar.
If there is a front line in Afghanistan, this is it.
Now, that first photo, we were actually on patrol. I was a team leader. I worked hard enough to be a team leader in my first deployment. I guess at that point in time, it was just a common, what we call routine, foot patrol.
Specialist Pereira and his squad were returning from a dismounted patrol when a motorcycle attempted to enter their combat outposts.
Somebody driving a motorcycle just approached our formation. I always made them turn off the motorcycle, and then after asking them, that person to turn off the motorcycle, I passed by, shook his hand, kind of patted him down a little bit. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary, and we just continued to move on with our patrol. Little did I know is that it was a suicide bomber. Once our patrol started moving, he turned the motorcycle back on, and seconds later, he blew up.
2 soldiers were killed instantly, and 4 others were severely wounded, and that included Specialist Pereira. He had sustained shrapnel wounds, which hurt his spleen, liver, and his left lung.
And after the chaos was kind of simmered down, the dust kind of settled, a very complex ambush started.
As the soldiers struggled to gain situational awareness, the enemy initiated a complex ambush, firing on the patrol from an estimated 7 fighting positions with small arms and rocket-propelled grenades.
And then all of a sudden, I'm the guy responsible, the guy in charge, because, my squad leader had been hurt pretty bad.
His lung beginning to collapse, he struggled to breathe, and with little regard to his own safety or care, Specialist Pereira refused medical treatment and instead commandeered an all-terrain vehicle and moved back into the crossfire to provide an evacuation platform for his wounded comrades.
I was able to get a little gator, I always used little, they call it all-terrain vehicle, but it's really, it was really, a little golf cart on steroids, and I was actually able to take it down and help evacuate some of the casualties.
He was then able to move the vehicle within 20 meters of his fellow soldiers, and they were pinned down by enemy fire. He was able to return fire, and he got them out of there. And it was not until all of the wounded soldiers had been evacuated and were receiving medical care that he then accepted treatment himself.
And I remember being taken back to the aid station, having the medics look at me, because at that point in time, I was having really hard time breathing, and I remember just waiting for the bird, to land.
All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
And everybody on the base just kind of providing the cover just to make sure that the bird had enough time to land to put us in and take us. As a result of that, coming back to America, and finally realizing that I was going to receive, in fact, the Distinguished Service Cross.
Specialist Felipe Pereira received the second highest military honor. He's with the 1st Battalion of the 502nd Infantry of the 101st Airborne Division. It is the first time that this medal has been awarded to anyone in the 101st since Vietnam.
It was a pretty out-of-body experience, I guess, a pretty wonderful feeling, but I've never thought of it as something I did it alone. I always felt that it was something more. It's a great award for my unit. It's a great award that makes us all look better. You know, it's something, a great honor that we all can share. Unfortunately, only my name went on it, but you know, it's something that all of us should be proud of, because you know, we all fought together, you know, and my company, my team, and you know, my squad. I am obviously very proud of that day, but if I could have the option of trading the medal and all that I've gained and received from that medal, and I could trade back the lives that we lost that day, I'd have traded back in a heartbeat. What can I do to honor the memory of those guys that we lost in combat? And I think that's the way to do it, you know, to be able to come and serve the community, to be able to help here at home, to be able to put in the work to keep, you know, society together, because bad guys don't take a day off, right? So why should the good guys just decide to stop what they're doing, you know, and go back to a quote-unquote normal life? I just wanted to be part of something much bigger, something that mattered.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in honoring our country as we do every day at noon with the singing of our national anthem.
Right now I'm a police officer. I think it's important for me, at least, to continue to serve. It's hard for me to see myself doing anything else that doesn't require the same level of commitment. The job changes, but we're still trying to keep America safe. And today, you know, even as a police officer, I wouldn't call it fighting, but it's still, you know, protecting. Well, when I look at these walls, I see history, I see tradition, I see service that came before me, and I see service that will come after me. It's kind of nice, it's really wonderful to be able to bring it in perspective how much effort and how much service it takes to maintain this wonderful life we have. That's definitely something that this country needs more than anything. It's others to be willing to continue in this great history. To be on the wall, it's a great honor, but I think it's the best part is to be able to inspire others to serve, and to be able to inspire a new generation to do the right thing. What is to say to the kid that doesn't come to the wall and looks at my picture and says, that's what I want to do, I want to serve.